Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, all the examiner. Thank you for all the time that has been given for me. And today I will present my proposal under the title Applying Roundtable Technique to Improve Students' Writing Skill of Narrative Text in 11 grade students at SMA Negeri 23 Maluku Tengah. Before I continue to explain the chapter 1, chapter 2, and chapter 3 for all of you, let me tell you the reason why I chose this title. The reason why I chose this title because I want to find out are the use of roundtable technique can improve students' writing skill of narrative text, and are this technique is really effective to improve their writing skill. Because based on the preliminary study that I got from interview the teacher and the students of SMA Negeri 23 Maluku Tengah, the result that I got is students have difficult to understanding how to improve their writing skill of narrative text. Okay, we move for the chapter 1 is about background of the study. According to Henry Guntur Tarigan in 2008, on his book, page 3, writing skill is one of the productive skills that I use to communicate indirectly with other parties. That we know that writing is really difficult to understanding, so supported by Richard in 1990, that state that writing is difficult and lengthy process. One induce anxiety and frustration in many learners. Besides, that our students should consider some aspect of writing, such as grammar, content, vocabulary, and organization when they write. And we move, in here I also have problem statement, and I have two research questions. The first research questions is about are the use, how roundtable technique can improve student writing skill of narrative text in 11 grade students at SMA Negeri 23 Maluku Tengah. And the second one, what are the results of implementation of roundtable technique improving student narrative skill in 11 grade student at SMA Negeri 23 Maluku Tengah. I also have objective of the study. The first one is to describe the process of applying roundtable technique in improving student writing skill of narrative text in 11 grade students at SMA Negeri 23 Maluku Tengah. And the last one is to find out student achievement on writing narrative text with roundtable technique improving student writing skill of narrative text in 11 grade students at SMA Negeri 23 Maluku Tengah after being taught. I also have significance of the studies, scope and limitation, and definition of key term. We move for the chapter 2. In here, you guys can see the point that I will discuss in my proposal. I also have conceptual framework. The conceptual framework that I made is applying roundtable technique to improve student writing skill of narrative text in 11 grade student at SMA Negeri 23 Maluku Tengah. I have two research questions. The first research questions will be analyzed by narrative writing test, and it will be calculated by scoring rubric by Jacob. And the second research questions will be analyzed by questionnaire, and it will be calculated by Likert scale by Rensis. I use CAR as a method that we know there are cycle 1 and cycle 2. We move for the chapter 3. The first is research method. The research method that I use is CAR, Classroom Action Research, by Furens in 2000. And I also have sample and population. For the population itself, I choose SMA Negeri 23 Maluku Tengah. And by the sample itself, I took class 11 IPA, which consists in 24 students. And I also have time and location. I will conduct this research at SMA Negeri 23 Maluku Tengah on 5th April 2021. In here, I have two research instruments. The first is narrative writing test, and the last is questionnaire. I also have the research procedure and data analysis technique that you can see in slide. The CAR as a method that I use is adopted by chemist and math Tarigan in 1998. That we can see in here, the CAR itself that created by chemist and Miss Tarigan has 4 points. The first point is planning, action, observing, and reflection. And we move for the next point is about how I analyze the technique. To analyze this technique, I will use, the first instrument is narrative writing test. In here, I will give a score by using writing scoring rubric by Jacob, and after that, I will find out the percentage that I will use the Sugiono in 2010 formula, in where P sama dengan X per Y kali 100, in where P is student percentage, X is total of past students, and Y is total of students. And the next, for the second instrument, questionnaire. In here, I will create the questionnaire by using in Bahasa Indonesia, so student will be easier to understanding. The questionnaire will be consist in 5 questions, and it will be analyzed by Likert scale, and to find out to calculate the percentage, I have the formula that adapt by Likert scale itself, in where T kali Pn, in where T itself the total number of response who vote, and Pn is choice of Likert score.